everyone, this is Mappa, this is the Asgaard SMP Season 2, and welcome back to episode number 12. Over the last couple of episodes, we've been building this pretty awesome tower, and in the last episode, we built this wither skeleton farm, so be sure to go back and check that out. And today, we're going to be expanding on this even further, which means we're going to need a whole lot of blocks, and for beginners, we are going to need these shulker boxes because I am running out of these things, so time to replace them with chests. We're going to need a whole lot of sand, so now it's time to make this desert smaller. One, two, three shulker boxes full of sand, plus some more in my inventory, and even more in my ender chest. There's a lot of sand. I even got more after the time lapse because I'm going to need so much. I'm not quite sure how much it is, but I know it's going to be a lot, and it would appear now I have to do something about this netherite shovel's durability. That was probably the best way to repair that shovel, because now we also have a ton of coal so that we can smelt all that up and turn it into glass. Not that we necessarily needed a ton more because, well, we've got quite a bit already, so let's just add that to the pile. That's pretty sweet, and it never hurts to have a couple extra of the wither skeleton skulls either. So back up at the base here, this is where we're going to be using all of that glass. If we come over here to where we have the power gems, the added lore now is that there is some kind of mysterious purple ooze coming out of here. And of course, we're sticking with the purple theme to match the rest of the tower. So we're going to be building basically like a river that's going to wrap around some of these gems and kind of go off the side and spill off there. So we're going to do that for each of the 8. And that means that a lot of this top part is actually going to become river. So like a lot of this is going to go away. Feels rough because I spent, so long actually setting this up to begin with. But yeah, we're going to be digging this out, and then we're going to be using the glass to build out like a purple river down below it, and hopefully avoiding all those mobs that are down there. But then of course we're not going to have this like stark difference here between the tower and the purple and the green. So if I can find where I slapped the black stone, here we go. And we're going to make this look like this is just kind of spilling off into the area around it. I am so glad that we built this bartering farm because mining out all of that blackstone would be absolutely terrible. So how much do we have left here? Just this chest? You know what? That's probably going to be enough. Jumping into free cam mode here, it would appear that we have taken a bit of a step back, but this is actually the carvings of the river. Now we are definitely going to add more. We need to add some little offshoots on the side, so it's not quite so just like chunky like this, but you will notice that we have some additional little bits on the insides of the river here, right? We've got like that here. We've got this little peninsula. We've got a little bit of an island going on here, another one right there, and that just kind of helps split it up, makes it look a little bit more natural. So now it's time to have some fun with glass, and hopefully this isn't coming out too poorly. I was wrong, definitely gonna need more, only got about halfway. And it would appear I'm gonna need more of this as well. Ran out of that, didn't think that would happen. And some of this. And then a quick cut in to appreciate how this looks. This whole thing is lined with blackstone. There is going to be more texturing, but this thing looks pretty sweet here. Instead of having the big hole now, the whole thing is lined. We have some floors in there. We have the sides dug out, so we've got these like channel things going on now. Very, very happy with it. The gems go all the way down, which took a very long time. There's lots of little holes here that I had to make sure that I covered, but this looks super, super cool, and we're not done yet. And just to whet your appetites, I've come through on one of the sections here and split it up into some smaller, more shallow channels here, connecting to the main channels that run through the base. And I think this looks pretty cool. I really, really like how I'm just able to kind of hop between stone and another stone here. I can't wait to get all the glass in and really make this thing look like it's a flowing river. Step back and just take a look at that as a final little teaser before doing the whole shebang with the glass. This thing is out of control. There are so many little pathways now. This thing is going to be so cool when it's all done. This is one of the few times I did not measure everything ahead of time, so I guess we'll just do one shulker box at a time and hope for the best. Well, that was not enough. Let's grab some more of that. All right, I'm gonna pull a pro gamer move here and get a beacon rolling for jump boost, because this part is going to be a whole lot easier if I can do that. We're gonna need some soul sand, which I don't have. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got a ton of this, so let's go ahead and snake some of that up. All that is left now of all that glass that I got is just this. It is just under 2 stacks left. I even had to go out and get more from the desert, so that is only just a start to it. I'm gonna need so much more sand. This is absolutely crazy, but I'm in love with how this looks so far. I went to plop the rest into this chest and realized that I did have just a little bit more, just a wee bit, but take a look at this. Oh man, I love this. Okay, if we go into free cam here and jump back, you really get that fog effect. It actually looks like a liquid. I am so happy with this. The whole top now, we got some thinner ones around the edges here. I figured probably the thinner offshoots wouldn't be quite as deep, so I only went 1 layer thick there, but the rest is 3 layers thick. We can see that from the side here, and yeah, it looks so cool. We broke up a lot of these things, and this actually reminds me of Mustafar from Star Wars Episode 3. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. You underestimate my power. And now we're done playing with glass for today, because it takes so long to accumulate and to smelt up and to craft into the stained glass and then to place it all. So we're going to add a couple extra little details around here. You'll notice right now that the tower kind of pokes out, but it's a very sharp edge. There's these 90-degree angles everywhere coming straight out of the ground, and I think it would look a lot better if we carried over some of this stuff that's going on here and just kind of blend that shape to then over here and just kind of make this a little bit softer coming out of the ground. And we got to do something about the harsh edges around here too, because we don't just want a 1-block border around the whole river going around this entire top of the rock. Ah yes, this looks a whole lot more natural. Looks like we're going to be cruising with this. If we come up into the air here, you can see what I mean from the top. No more of those harsh edges, and I think we could take this probably even a little bit further, probably adding in some walls, some pressure plates, maybe some buttons to just add a little bit different level, but I think for now this is pretty good. Now I want to replicate that and do something very similar around all these green patches over here. This will also be a really good opportunity for me to mix in some other blocks like the smooth basalt right here, because we dug out all those geodes a couple episodes ago and we got a ton of this stuff. We're also going to need some mud though, and well, I don't have any of that right now. And so if we just go ahead and pop on through here, and there we go. Looks like there is the mangrove swamp, so we should be able to get a ton of mud from that. Yeah, there we go. Filled my inventory and barely made a dent. So here we go now. We have the blackstone on the outside and blending that into the mud, which is mostly in the middle with some of that basalt. And I did end up mixing some regular basalt in with the smooth basalt just to add a little bit of texture here. And I think that looks pretty cool. But now we can come back here and grab these wither roses, which we had from a previous failed project not too long ago. We also have a ton of wither roses. So now we can do nothing. We can do nothing because I have made a small error once again. Just dot those about and make it look like the flowers have been rotting away. And we'll probably grab some bone meal, get some of the green going as well. I think that should be a pretty good mix. We're gonna need a lot more on this stone than that. It's a good thing I have so many of them. There is one little bit of a danger though. If I do hit that, I do get withered, but it's not the end of the world if that happens. There's really no reason that I should just be like running around and hitting those. I think it's just gonna be kind of a cool detail to see as you fly by. And fly by we shall, and I think this is looking pretty cool. This has taken so much time just to do this little bit though, but let's take a look at what's going on now. We've got a bunch of these all built up, and then we added in some extra of that greenery. We also threw in some buttons to make it just look like some random stones popping out. I really do like how that looks. Tried to play with some of the levels, brought some of them down a half slab, so it's not all just that sharp edge to the river there, but I think that looks really good. It just takes so long, so there's no way we're gonna be able to finish that all in today's episode because I've already spent quite a bit of time on this, but I am really happy with how this is looking. We are going to expand all this, and I probably have some ideas for what we can add in some of these as well, so that's not just all the same going all the way around here. But anyway, hopefully y'all have enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all next time.